Hi everybody, Creatively Carrie. This is Carrie here, and I'm going to be talking with you guys about another sketchbook session and showing some texture in your drawings and your sketchbooks. So, I want to take just a quick moment and say I apologize for missing last Wednesday. I was really sick, not feeling well, but we are back today, and I'm going to show you how to use that texture that I demonstrated a couple weeks ago and putting it into your drawings. Okay, so I'm just going to switch my camera down here to this neat and fun little angle. Okay, so you guys can see my drawing I have here. I did really dark lines. Originally this was a very light sketch, but now I wanted to put dark lines in there so you guys could see the picture. So it's a tree with a swing, and then the ground here, this is going to be a path. Okay, all right. So I have 4 pencils here today. I have an HB, a 3B, a 6B, and a HB number 2 pencil, just your regular average writing pencil. And then, of course, I have an eraser. And then I have 2 blending stumps with me here today. And basically, all this is just some paper that somebody has rolled up really tightly into a coil. And then after they roll it up really tightly, they fold it into a matter of making it stay in this position. So this is a small blending stump, and then of course this is a large blending stump. You can find these at any art store, but you can also make them at home with any paper that you have. You just want to take the time to roll them up and maybe even tape them. Okay, all right. So again, I have my sketch, my drawing here, and I'm just gonna I think I'm gonna pick up my 3B. That's in between the 2 pencils that I have, and I'm going to create some texture in this tree to help it look like a tree. How I'm going to do that is I'm going to just create some lines that are going to kind of show the bark in this tree. Okay, I'm going to just show the rings or each of the individual lines as the tree grew out, showing the grains. I'm going to do the same thing here on the limb, the tree limb. I'm also going to add some small branches coming off of the limb here. I'm going to keep adding my lines in the trunk of the tree here. I'm going to show you guys this up close so you can see. Okay. And some of these little branches are thin enough that one line is good enough to show that texture. You don't have to get real crazy with it. Okay. So I took what was just the outline of the tree trunk, and I added these lines or the grains and by doing that added texture and really filled in that tree and made it look like a tree. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this little rope here, and when you think about rope, the thicker the rope is, it's been woven, it's been braided together. And I'm going to do those lines. I'm going to do these kind of little curved braided lines inside or around the edge of my rope here. It's going to be down here as well. Underneath. I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see it. Now, we're not going to be adding any details or shading yet because I'm just wanting to use the lines to show the texture. And as soon as you do that, you're going to see the difference in your pieces. These lines in the tree are going to be different from the lines in the rope, and that's what helps us tell the different types of textures that are going into the drawings. Okay, and then of course the same thing here with this seat for the swing. I think I'm just going to put in some little lines here and there so you can tell that it's flat and it's different from the rope. Okay. Okay. So texture for what should be the grass or the yard here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 3B pencil and I'm going to start down low and I'm going to pull up. So I'm just kind of flicking this line up real quickly. And I'm going to build on that. I'm going to continue to do it. And then what you can start seeing happening is the grass is building up, and you can tell that this is going to be grass. So I'm not going to do this whole thing because it would take me twice as long to do. But I did want to give, I'll do a little bit more here so you guys can really see the texture and how it helps to fill in and give your drawings a substantial kind of feel. Okay. So I'm just going to do this a little bit further here. Okay. So you can start to see the grass is really starting to kind of fill in. I'm going to put a little bit down here in front of the tree as well, trunk, so we can just really help push that tree back, and it becomes a really cool part of the paint, the drawing here. Okay, again, I haven't done any shading, I haven't done any values, I'm just doing the textures. And just by doing the textures by themselves, you can see a difference and a feel of the drawing already. Okay? Say underneath this swing, it's kind of, the ground has kind of been eroded because people, their feet have been pulling, sliding in here. So I'm just going to add just a little bit of a texture here for the ground. Maybe it's rough and flat. Along here, I'll throw some more grass right in there. And then finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this little pathway here. Now you could do any kind of path you want. If you wanted to do gravel, you can do just little dots, pointillism. You can make it look really gravelly. You can do big dots if you wanted to really get in there and press harder. You can do that, okay? And you can do that all the way for the path. A little bit of time going to be spent there doing that because that is going to take a while. But I thought maybe I could do a brick path in here. Okay, so I'm just going to erase these little dots as best I can. And the brick path is just what it sounds like. Some lines that break it up here. Let's see, I'm going to do one more right there. Okay. All right, and then now I'm just going to do the cross sections of the bricks. And you can actually break this up if you wanted to. And instead of having one solid line across each one, you could change them up. I like the changing look. Because then it really looks, really helps make it look like brick. Because bricks weren't stacked right directly on top of each other, they were staggered. So that's an awesome way to do that. And keep your lines staggered. Okay, and then of course you can put in some more grass along the edge here. Again, this is just textures. We haven't added any kind of values or shading of any kind yet. This is just putting in texture. All right, so I'm going to finish this little, my brick pattern up here. I'm going to put that one shorter. I'm going to change this up. Okay. So my bricks are here. Okay. Actually, these probably should have been a little more slanted, but that's okay. All right. So I can fill this in with grass. Again, this is an area where the ground is disturbed. There's no grass growing there because people have been using the swing. And you can always come in and then you can actually bring in grass along the brick path. Little weeds have grown up around the brick. Okay, so the brick has been there a while. Okay. So, just by doing different textures and lines in your drawings, you can create depth. We haven't done any shading, no value changes. That's done after you get your texture in. Okay. All right, guys. So that's my little tutorial today on using line for texture and how to create texture in your drawings. I'm going to continue working on this and then I will show you next week how it turned out. I will also add some values between now and then, darken some areas up and create shadows. And I can also show you how I did that next week. So awesome, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope everybody's enjoying their Wednesday and staying healthy. And I'll see you next week. Bye.